I totally enjoy being the fuck up. Trust me, it's a privilege.
If that's the only source of representation you have, I mean, that hurts. But luckily, we're in a place now where that isn't the case anymore.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Asif Ali, and we're playing Never Have I Ever, South Asian edition.
And I'm Sagar Sheikh, and he already said the.
Hi, I'm Asif Ali,
And I'm Sagar Sheikh,
and we're playing Never Have I Ever.
the South Asian edition.
No, I haven't. The privilege of being a total fuck up. It really is.
Absolutely never.
Never have I ever. I'm not a doctor or a lawyer.
I have. It wasn't one of the doctor, lawyer, engineer.
Yeah.
My dad was just like business school.
I have pretty early on, thankfully. I was like, oh, this isn't for me. So I'm just gonna take this opportunity to pursue the thing that I really want to do. But I do kind of have it in the back of my head where I'm like, oh, maybe if this doesn't work out, maybe I could go back to college.
Never too late.
It is never
I
too
could be
late.
working at
And
BuzzFeed Australia pretty soon.
I have an elder sister who is very high performing and she's older and they just focused, like laser focused on their golden child. And I could do whatever the F I wanted. I totally enjoy being the fuck up. Trust me, it's a privilege.
I have.
100% I have.
You didn't know my parents. No, they didn't.
Never have I ever. That probably is why I failed math.
I have. And my mother soaks the almonds overnight. But then I'm like, I don't want to eat this. And it's just all gone.
And I would say it's more than 7, and they had to be wet. They had to
Yeah,
be
they had to be wet.
soaking overnight. That was a cure-all for
They're like,
everything.
it's good for your eyes. It's good for your brain. It's good for your skin. You know, just badam.
I have.
I'm going to lean towards the no.
It still happens. But I keep telling my family, no, I'm married. I've been married for 16 years. They're like, but maybe you just haven't found the right girl. No, I found many. They're just not for me.
My sister married outside our ethnicity and they put all the angst on. I'm so lucky to have an older sister. She just got it all first. And by the time it came to me, they were like, you know.
I haven't. But that's just because they're just so like, what is this guy doing?
I did that on my own. Nobody told me. I mean,
It's just a thing that happened. Yeah.
That just happened, yeah.
You know, initially I did really hate the guy, but I felt like it was because it was used as like
As the joke.
as the joke against South Asian people.
When I was a kid, I liked Apu. I just thought that all of this, The Simpsons was funny, right?
No, I never could get behind the Apu character.
Well, to be fair, as a kid, I loved Apu, but as an adult, I hate the character of Apu.
It was just a source of constant bullying, and it was it's nowhere near us. It's not even a stereotype of us, actually. It's just nowhere near us. So no.
I've seen a lot of The Simpsons. There are moments where they try to like give him a little bit more depth, as they do with a lot of the characters on the show. But, you know, the damage was already kind of done at that point. And also, like if they had like Apu, but Apu's kids were like us.
Yeah, but they give the kids all accents too.
But that's the thing. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like if your
Yeah.
kids are born in Springfield, why would they also have accents? That just felt like a deliberate, like, no, we just want to make sure that every person that looks like this on this show has to sound like this character.
Right.
Because it would have been so cool if Apu and his wife had the accents and their kids were like Bart and Lisa.
Yeah. As I grew older, I started feeling like, wait a second. I felt like I was starting to laugh at the wrong thing. And so I had to reel it in a little bit to take a better look at what's going on. And Apu is the only representation that we've ever had on TV.
That too, if that's the only source of representation you have, I mean, that hurts. But
Yeah,
luckily
yeah.
we're in a place now where that isn't the case anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day. Every damn day. I have every day.
It happens maybe once every 4 days to me. It happens all the time.
Yes, I have. But I can't remember. There's been so many times. It's not one moment.
So many times. I asked him today.
Yeah, he said, where
I go, where are you really from?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you know
I'm
me.
like, I don't believe you, dude.
You already know
I
me,
don't
dude.
believe you.
He's like, show me your birth certificate. And I was like, I don't know where it is. And he's like,
All right.
go back to where you came from.
Yeah, I'm very toxic like that.
Yeah.
I'm famously very toxic like that.
And they have reason. I have, I am an immigrant. I am my accent is a little all over the place. It can be very heavy Indian. I can go into some weird Irish. I can go into some weird like South America. So my accent, it's not a totally invalid question, but I am always affronted.
I felt that my entire time in England.
I have.
I have, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a pretty common experience, I think, for children of immigrants, you know?
Yeah, I living here, I grew up in Texas, but I'm not enough over here. But then when I go back to Pakistan and visit my family over there, I'm an outsider over there
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle, this limbo.
too. Yeah,
First generation kids only have that. Like your kids,
I probably
or
not
if I
gonna
have
feel that.
kids, like they won't, if we have kids together, like we're planning on, they won't, she's believing me. But yeah, like kids that, like my nephews, for example, they don't have that. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, we're American but we're also South Asian. It's like not a big deal because their parents aren't like, we just came from here. You need to do these 12 things. Otherwise I feel like my identity.
Right,
You know what I mean? You put so much on you because they feel like, oh God.
I do feel like our parents' generation has this scarcity mindset.
Yes.
That we are so hyper aware of
Yeah.
that we intentionally drop it and don't pass that down
Right.
generationally.
Yeah.